All right, we are. I think we are live. Can everyone check me? Can anyone hear me? Let me know. Oh, okay. Hey, Hot Hollywood Studios. Can you guys hear me? Any all right? Any all right? Everyone okay? Um. All right. All right. We got some people going. So hello everyone. Tonight's live stream. We'll be talking about, as you guys know, I just came back from my trip coasting in Ohio. It was a really long trip. It was a little bit of a long trip. It was a little bit of a long trip, but it was like a kind of like a week and a half. That was embarrassing, kind of. Or I don't know why that fell down. That was embarrassing. Please don't laugh, but that was embarrassing. Just so you know, this might fall down again. So yeah, sorry about that. But it was a long trip. It was 10 days actually. No, wait. Oh wait, it was 11 days actually, because we did skip a day. But we did. I see a lot of people in the chat room talking. We have 5 people watching. I mean, that's good. We have Hello Hollywood Studios, Coaster Brain, Coaster Lovers, Beyond Thrills, Hello Envy, Hello NV5997. So hello everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey Coaster Kitten. So thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's live stream. Today we are gonna be ooh, that was weird. I don't know why that. All right, sorry about that. I don't know. So today we'll be talking about our Coast in Ohio trip. I don't want to. And this poster is kind of falling. I need to do something. So just don't laugh at that either. Everything here is embarrassing. So yeah. So just don't do LOL when that falls down. That's gonna be embarrassing. So first up, we're gonna be talking about Coast in Ohio. So first up, we did. We went to Dorney Park. So that was our first day. We did 2 days there. Then we went to Cedar Point. We did 3 days there. Maybe 2.5 days. And then we did the other half day at Kings Island. And then we did 2 more days at Kings Island. 1 day at Kennywood. And then we skipped a day. We did Gettysburg. I'll discuss that later. And then after we did Hershey Park, and then we ended it all out with back to Dorney Park. So I see a lot of people in the chat room. 6 people watching. I mean, that's good. I see 6 people watching. Just keep in mind, we're gonna be having moderators in the chat room, so just keep it nice, keep it clean, Lucas from Coaster Circle, he's going to be in the chat room. He's going to be moderating. We also have Holly from Theme Park Studios, also going to be in there later, possibly. Also, Brett from Infinite Coasters is also going to be in there later. And then Andrew Scott, which if you don't know him, he is going to be if you don't know him, he is going to be, he was in our vlog for day 3 and day 4, both at Cedar Point. Andrew Scott, he's also going to be in there later as well. Coaster Kitten, I think I have enough moderators already. They'll be coming out later. So thank you though. So everyone, you should totally go to Six Flags New England July 10th. Yeah, I don't think I can go. So let's start off with our first park that we went to. My phone just fell, so I want to know if I'm gonna text people if they're watching. Just wait 1 sec. Um, so first up, our first park was Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We didn't stay at a hotel overnight, but we did go to Dorney Park first day. So, so we did Dorney Park first day, and just so you know, I'm gonna be doing Q&As later, so you can sit back, relax, enjoy the talk. I'll be talking about like park to park and stuff like that. So just sit back, relax. And I'll be going to do Q&A questions later, so after when I do all the talking. And also moderators are going to be popping up in there as well. Moderators are also going to be popping up in there as well. I just text Andrew Scott, so he's supposed to be popping up there probably shortly. So our first park that we hit was so that was June 23rd. We did Dorney Park. Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And we actually left our house like around 9, I think it was 9 a.m. because I'm from Eastern Massachusetts. I'm from Eastern Massachusetts, and traffic wasn't that bad. We had to get through Providence, Rhode Island, and then Bridgeport, Connecticut, then Stamford, and stuff. Yeah. So we had to get through these cities. I think the most cities that did have traffic was like Providence, Rhode Island, New York, maybe Newark, New Jersey. But first up, we did Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So our first park was Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So we did. We got Coaster Circle. He just popped up in the stream. Just so you know, Coaster Circle. I gave him simple instructions. Any mean comments going to me, him, or any other people in the chat will be banned. And if you do it multiple times, you will be banned from this channel and this stream. So there's Coaster Circle. He is going to be our moderator. So our first park, we went to Dorney Park. We left our house like around 9 a.m. and we did, so we did Dorney Park, and then, we got Andrew Scott. I'm going to add him as a moderator. So Andrew Scott is a new moderator now. I'll put him on moderator. So first up we did was Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That was a park that I have been to before. We went there last year. We went on June 23rd. So Saturday, June 23rd. We left our house like around 11 a.m. Traffic was not that bad. I think New York did have bad traffic. So I'm from Eastern Mass, so we left like around 9 a.m. We got there like around 2 p.m. We did stop for lunch on the way. So we did Dorney Park. So we did when we were at Dorney Park, it was dead. There was like no crowds that day. It was dead. And then when I went there, first thing, and also thunderstorms were like expected too. I mean, thunderstorms were like pretty expected. Thunderstorms were expected, so that might have like possibly like kept crowds out of the way. So that kind of like kept crowds out of the way. So that's like, so that kind of like, so like I said, that kind of kept crowds. And then we did Talon 7 times. I mean, that was really cool. We did Talon 7 times. I think Talon is like my favorite roller coaster at Dorney. So we did Talon 7 times. I went there like 3 times. I took like park footage and stuff like that. So so we did Talon. Oh God, that's embarrassing. So we did Talon 7 times. And then it was just I really enjoyed like lunch. Lunch was pretty okay. I don't know why this fell again. This is kind of embarrassing. This needs to like. Sorry about this. But we did Talon 7 times that day. Talon was like really cool, really good BM invert. We just, like I said, we did go there. We did Talon, so we did Talon 7 times, and then we did Steel Force, which was another cool ride that I haven't been to like in a year. So Steel Force was really cool as well. So we did Steel Force, and then after we did we did Hydra a couple times. Hydra's really cool. We did Possessed. Man, that thing was really intense. That thing was really intense. Possessed was really intense of a ride. I really like Possessed. Unfortunately, Coaster Circle, which is Lucas, he actually kind of didn't like it. But I thought I was like that. So we did Possessed, and then I did see Stinger, Old Plot of Land. I did the Wild Mouse a couple times. I love the Wild. I actually like the Wild Mouse at Dorney because it's padding. You know, I don't like Gotham City Gauntlet at New England or the Wild Mouse at Hershey, but I actually love Dorney's Wild Mouse. It's pretty smooth. And I'm a big fan of Dorney's top 3, or maybe top 4 because I love Possessed now. And then right next to Possessed was Stinger, and it's like grassland. It's like all grassland. So we did that. I did take footage. Footage is possibly going to show up probably tomorrow. So like Stinger was grassland kind of. We did that day. Oh, that day I actually did Demon Drop. I actually did Demon Drop a couple times. I actually did Demon Drop once. I actually didn't like it. It was kind of like not good. I actually didn't like Demon Drop. It's one of the worst drop towers that I ever did. I just didn't like the sensation of going, and it was also kind of jerky as well. So I didn't like Demon Drop. And then, yeah. So we stayed there around nighttime. We had dinner there. Dinner was pretty solid. We also got a snack there, pizza. Their pizza is really good. Especially you can come with rolls if you're at like Cedar Fair. And here's the thing, if you have like a Cedar Fair pass, you can go to like each and other Cedar Fair park. So I mean that was pretty cool. So we did Dorney. So we did then after we just stayed there for a night. So that was it. So yeah. So and then when we went to our hotel, our hotel was actually basically across the street from Dorney. We just got a bush in front of our room. So yeah, that was pretty bad. So we just got a bush in front of our room, like blech. So I want to see Talon and stuff like that. So yeah. So our second day, day 2, was back at Dorney Park. That was the days I did meet a couple coaster enthusiasts. I met coaster enthusiasts all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out to Evan Harmon and Caleb. Shout out to Evan Harmon and Caleb Harmon. They were in my vlog if you haven't seen the day 2. But shout out to them. They went to Dorney Park. We rode Stinger. no, wait. No, why did I say Stinger? I don't know. I met them, first of all, we went there like day 2, 9 a.m. in the morning, straight bat. So we went to day. So we went to like. So we stayed like, no, wait. I don't know. I'm still kind of like focused on the chat, but so we met them at Talon. So I was like, we were there at 9 a.m. First thing, I went straight to Talon. I mean, Talon's like my new favorite coasters. I rode that 3 times that day. I met once, I saw a kid with a Coaster Kids shirt. That was Caleb. And and like I was wondering, do you watch Coaster Kids? And he was like, yeah, I do watch Coaster Kids. So we were like riding front row with them. We met up with them and their dad and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And then we also saw them at Thunderhawk. So we kind of like followed them. We saw them at Thunderhawk. Saw them at Thunderhawk, and then we rode Steel Force together. We were like way in the back. It was me and Lucas like in the middle back, and then Evan and Caleb all the way in the back row, and then the 2 dads, actually. My dad and then their dad. They were like kind of like right in front of us. So we were there, and then I rode Possessed with them too. I mean, Possessed was really cool. Hey, Infinite Coasters, Brett, how's it going? So we rode Steel Force together. So we rode Steel Force together. Plus, I was also texting you, Brett, and you didn't even like come up. So yeah. So we were like texting. So we were like at someone just texted me. Just wait a sec. So we were Possessed. That was when I shot a vlog. What did I do after Possessed that day? I don't know. Oh wait, and also my sister wanted to feed the ducks because they had like a duck lake, so you could like feed ducks. That's at Dorney Park. So that also, and then yeah, I believe that day, I think I saw, if you don't know, you don't know Ben Hartrath. If you don't know him, he's like really famous. I think I saw him twice on the trip when he worked at Dorney Park. So, yeah.
Hey,
What are you doing?
you should turn the light on.
Yeah, this light doesn't work. It's only like this light.
Thinking, how should I work? Oh, I got an idea.
What?
Wait, so what I'm gonna do? You keep on talking.
Oh, the light?
Yeah, the light on this.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the delay, guys.
Hello, everybody. It's Coaster Circle. Go subscribe to me. I can just like.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is so good. All right, we'll do that. I hope that I don't get
Is that
blind.
good?
That's good. All right. That's good. That's lighting.
Okay, bye.
All right. So we did. So after Possessed, we just kind of like fed the ducks. I know it was kind of lame. Ugh. So we kind of like fed the ducks. And then after that, we rode Steel Force a couple times, rode Talon a couple times. Hydra was closed when I like went there in the morning, so we didn't ride Hydra. And then I think that was like about it for Dorney's. Hydra was closed. The boys did text me that yeah, so that was pretty much it. We left at now we left like around 12 p.m. because we wanted to be at Port Clinton, which is our hotel, at 10 p.m. out in Ohio. So now we left Dorney Park. Now we're gonna be going west. We went to like north. We went like straight across west, like up in the north area, and then so we went like north, and then when we were like driving, we saw an ad for Knoebels. I mean, I wish we'd stopped at Knoebels, but fortunately, we didn't have enough time. But we did pass by Ellisburg, I think, and then after we did, then after when we were like, it was like lots of farmland right between, if you go by like Harrisburg, PA, Allentown, Wilkesburg, there's like a lot of farmland everywhere. It's like you live like in the 1800s. It's like lots of farmland there. So there was like lots of farmland there. So there was like lots of farmland. And then when we were like driving there, we went through a mountain in a tunnel, and that was like pretty cool. It was like through a mountain, in a tunnel. So I mean, that was like pretty cool. So that was like pretty cool. So that was like pretty cool. Went through a tunnel, and then then we stopped for a snack. And then after we kept driving, we hit the Pennsylvania-Ohio border. We like went finally in Ohio, and we found a Waffle House. I haven't been to one of these in a while. We found a Waffle House. I love the grits at the Waffle House. The last time I went to one was when I went down in South Carolina. I went to South Carolina. Unfortunately, I didn't go to Carowinds when I went to South Carolina because I wasn't into like roller coasters back then. That now, like, the last time I went to South Carolina was 2012, and I wasn't like big fans of roller coasters. So we found a Waffle House. You know, I love these Waffle Houses. Grits are just amazing. The grits are really good. And then we just kept driving. I think we passed by Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland does have like a lot of like traffic. So we did pass by Cleveland. And then we saw Cedar Point. We could see Cedar Point. I saw the lights from Top Thrill Dragster. Gatekeeper had a really nice lighting package. I think we saw Wicked Twister. I think we saw Raptor. I think we saw the Windseeker and Power Tower. So we saw that. So yeah, the closest Waffle House to me is like Allentown, Pennsylvania. Like there's one like right near Dorney Park. We really need a Waffle House in New England. I really want one badly. I think Connecticut should get like a Waffle House because it's like the closest one is like Dorney Park. That's like the closest. There's like one like really near Dorney Park. Lighting just kind of like, it's also kind of like blinding me a little bit. So there we go. I got the light. There we go. So like, when we passed by Cedar Point, our hotel was in Port Clinton. And then next up, day 3 on Coast in Ohio. So day 3, Coast in Ohio, we did the most anticipating park that I've ever done, Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Man, I really love this park a lot. A great park. First up, we went there 9 a.m. in the morning. Left 9 a.m. around the morning, and I've been hearing there have been a lot of GP in the hotel during breakfast talking about Steel Vengeance a lot. Like, I've been hearing, oh, did you hear about the Steel Vengeance coaster? Did you hear about the Steel Vengeance coaster? Like, there's a lot of GP in the hotel eating breakfast, and they're talking about Steel Vengeance. That's like a lot of like people doing at this hotel talking about Steel Vengeance. So I mean, Steel Vengeance I know is really overhyped. So it's not overrated, but I love Steel Vengeance, and I'll be going that in a little bit. But So first up, so we did Cedar Point. So we went to Gatekeeper first. I thought Gatekeeper was better than Talon. I really liked Gatekeeper. It was a really cool B&M wing coaster. Plus, where's everyone in the chat? There's like one person here, and that's like my brother. So where's everyone in the chat? So we did Gatekeeper, and man, that was a really excellent B&M wing coaster. Really excellent B&M wing. I thought it was better than Talon, and obviously better than the Joker at New England. So I really liked Gatekeeper. It was a really good B&M wing. We did Valravn. I thought Valravn was pretty underwhelming in my opinion. Oh, you're here, Infinite? Then why is it saying one person watching? So we did Valravn next. We did Valravn, and I thought Valravn was like, it was an okay B&M. It definitely was not great at all, but it was really pretty underwhelming. It was just really pretty underwhelming of a B&M dive. I mean, it wasn't a bad B&M dive. It was just pretty underwhelming. So we did Valravn. I mean, it was all right. Not terrible, but not great. It was just, it wasn't intense. The drop wasn't like good. So we did Valravn, and then after we went straight to, Millennium Force. And I actually kind of liked Millennium Force. Unfortunately, I thought like Gatekeeper was kind of better, but now I think Millennium Force might be better than Gatekeeper. Since I rode it more than Gatekeeper, and Gatekeeper did had a little bit, and Gatekeeper, there's like one side on Gatekeeper that kind of did have a little bit of a rattle. I believe that was the right side of Gatekeeper. It did have a little bit of rattle, so I like the left side better on Gatekeeper. So yeah, so we did Millennium Force that time, and then next up I think this was my 60th roller coaster. No, wait. What other coaster did I do? Because Cedar Creek was 60th. So I did Millennium Force, Valravn, then Gatekeeper. So what did I do? It can't be Raptor. Can't be Ruger. Oh, Iron Dragon. So I did Iron Dragon. It was my first suspending coaster, so it was all right, mediocre, all right. So it was just all right, mediocre, all right. So, we did Iron Dragon, and then we did Cedar Creek. That was actually surprisingly my 60th roller coaster because, I like Steel Vengeance had a line, Maverick had a line. I wanted Maverick to hit 60th, but unfortunately it just had a line. And Cedar Creek was like 5-minute line. This is gonna go off anytime, so I need to just fix this lighting. There we go. I got this lighting. There we go. So yeah. And then I did meet up with Andrew Scott. He is in the chat room right now. So we did meet up with him. We meet up with Andrew Scott. He is right here in the chat room. We met up with him. You can follow me on Instagram for stories of him and stuff like that. So we met up with him at Steel Vengeance at 12 o'clock. And then we waited in line for him. It was a 2-hour wait. I mean, yeah, I was expecting a line, but I was not expecting it to be like 2 hours. And I only got a chance to ride Steel Vengeance 3 times on the trip because just lines and stuff like that. It was a 2-hour wait. So yeah, so that was like, so now we Rode it around 2 p.m. and like, wow. I loved Steel Vengeance. That was an incredible roller coaster. Super smooth, really intense. It was by far the best roller coaster on the trip. And it's by far number one overall. Number one overall by far. Better than Wicked Cyclone, better than Maverick, better than Mystic. It's number one overall. It's a great roller coaster. So yeah, it was a 15-minute wait because it was raining. So yeah. So we went Steel Vengeance. Man, I love that coaster. You can see a picture of me, Andrew, and Lucas. We were on the same train. On Instagram, if you don't know my Instagram, it's coasterbox_1. I'll give you my Instagram if you guys want to follow me right now. But you can see the picture of me, Andrew, and so there's my Instagram if you guys want to follow me. Check out the picture. The picture's like in there as well. It's like kind of like down because I do like post a lot. So I'm like more on Instagram than more like on YouTube. So yeah. So we did Steel Vengeance, and then after we hit Raptor. I thought that Raptor was kind of better than Talon. I did like Raptor a lot, but now since I've heard Talon more times, I think I like Talon better, but I'll go in that like in a bit later. But I thought I loved Raptor a lot. It was a really cool B&M invert. Raptor was really solid. And then after we pretty much got a lot of credits there. We did hang out with, Andrew Scott pretty much most of the day. So yeah, I kind of don't remember what I did on that day 3. Just riding Steel Vengeance. We did Maverick. We waited for an hour on Maverick, and then unfortunately it broke down. So we did Maverick. That time, I mean, it was kind of bad. So we did Maverick. Just broke down. So Maverick just kind of like broke down, and then we did. So we did Maverick. It just got like broke down. What was it? And then after, what did I do? Maverick. I kind of don't remember what I did on that day 3. I did ride Raptor with Andrew, and I also rode it with him on Maverick. So yeah. So I'm just gonna skip day 3. Go to day 4. Day 4 was like probably my favorite. Day 4 was like my favorite day on the trip. I love day 4 a lot. So first up, we arrived there actually at 8 a.m. because they were doing a breakfast show. I mean, that was like pretty solid. It was all right. So they were doing a breakfast show. So we arrived there at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. park just like bang. And then we did Maverick a couple times. I love Maverick a lot. It was pretty cool. I didn't do Millennium Force that day, and I rode Top Throw Dragster that day, which was a new credit of mine. I love Top Throw Dragster a lot. It was a really cool. And to be honest, I think Backlot is better than Backlot. Stun Coaster, I think, is probably a little bit better than Top Throw. Top Throw is really cool. I did ride Magnum. I don't know what happened on Magnum. I thought the second time I rode it, it was good. But yeah, we rode Wicked Twister. at Cedar Point. I mean, if you're a first time rider, you might not like it, but if you get like into a use of it, you'll probably like it. But Wicked Twister is way better than Possessed. So we did Wicked Twister. We did Rougarou that day. I mean, Rougarou was pretty fine. And then we did I Wanted to Show Andrew Valraven because he forgot that credit. I think he thought it was like I think he thought it was underrated too. We did Blue Streak, and I think Blue Streak was kind of like better than like pretty much 3/4 of the B&Ms at the park. I thought Blue Streak was like a really surprising roller coaster on the trip. I think it might be like my third favorite wooded roller coaster on the trip. I mean, Blue Streak was like a really big surprise. So we did Blue Streak, Woodstock Express, which is a kiddie coaster. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance on Wilderness Run because we were too tall to ride. I was trying to search for a little kid to ride, and they also wanted to like a little kid on Woodstock Express. One of the mothers or grandmothers, they wanted a little kid on Woodstock Express and said like, "Oh, I already got that credit." Like, and then I was also looking to go to Town Hall to get that pass to go to, and unfortunately, they were not even serving any passes at Town Hall to go on Wilderness Run. So yeah, we did miss out on Wilderness Run. And then we did miss out on Wilderness Run. So I think I rode Maverick a few times. I kind of got like reruns. Let me think if I was missing any credits. I think I got pretty much a lot of credits. All the credits at Cedar Point on day 4. The only one is Wilderness Run, and I just missed that on day 5 too. So we couldn't get a chance to go to do Wilderness. And then we actually took a break. We actually spent some time in the hotel, and then we went to Cedar Point at 8 p.m. We got some re-rides and stuff like that. I think that was the time when my dad rode Maverick. He actually liked Millennium Force over Maverick. And I think he liked Millennium over Superman. Yes, GP alert. Yeah, GP alert. But I don't think he's GP. It's like what he wants. So we did Cedar Point. We rode 8 p.m. So now, usually every Tuesday night, twice a week, you can ride Steel Vengeance from like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Platinum Passes. So we waited in line for Steel Vengeance. It was like a 2-hour wait. We waited like around 9 p.m. I got a ride. Then that first ride on Steel Vengeance, I got a ride at like around 10:30ish. And then, man, night ride on Steel Vengeance was hauling. I love Steel Vengeance at night. It was like a really cool night ride. It was a really cool night ride. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Please post this meme. Please post this hashtag. What's in the woods? Please post that hashtag. What's in the woods? Everywhere in the chat, because that's gonna be the new meme for Dorney's new GCI Woody. So post that everywhere. What's in the woods? I forgot to put an S at the woods, so just put an S too. So yeah. So we did Steel Vengeance at 9:30 p.m. It was like 10:30 p.m. It was like really cool, really smooth. We rode back row that time, and man, and I think the only 3 rides I got like on Steel Vengeance was just back rows. I mean, back row was like hauling. So yeah. So we did back row. And then we waited in line again for the platinum passes, like every Tuesday night. We waited and then we was like 11 o'clock. We met some friends over at CP Rundown. If you don't forget to follow them on Instagram, we met some friends out of CP Rundown. Go follow them. They're also friends with Lucas from Ohio Colts. GP Lucas, people say, are also they're also friends with Alec, I think, as well, and maybe Adam too. So we met up with CP Rundown. We were waiting in line when they were coaster enthusiasts. We met two people from CP Rundown. CP Rundown's a group, so we met them. We met some other coaster enthusiasts. We met some other coaster enthusiasts. They were talking about some other coaster manufacturers out there, RMC, Intamin, B&M. They were like waiting in line, and then when we were like waiting in line, like because we were waiting outside because usually we were like they had to like close this line in order for like other people. Like they had to close this line at 10 p.m. to wait for the line, and then we were waited outside, so we wanted to ride again because we had platinum passes. So, and then when they were like scanning our tickets, we saw Marcus. If you guys don't know who Marcus is, he is one of the guys. He is one of the guys that did the trip with Coaster Studios last year with Alec and Adam. So we met Marcus. I asked him, do you know Taylor from Coaster Studios? And he said, yep, from the trip from this year. So we did do so we met Marcus. We rode Steel Vengeance that night we rode Steel Vengeance that time at, I'd say, 12:08, and man, that was like the highlight of the trip, and by far the highlight on the trip, probably the highlight of my life too. Riding Steel Vengeance, last ride of the night, in the back row at 12:08, and man, that was like crazy. I loved it. That was like nothing's gonna beat that in life. And Steel Vengeance has certainly beat that in the back row and like like at night at 12:07. So Steel Vengeance. So we rode that, and that was pretty much our night. Steel Vengeance was a really long walk from like that to the exits where the like gatekeeper is. So yeah. So that's like a long walk. Day 5, we did Cedar Point again. So we did Cedar Point again. We did Cedar Point again. We did, I did Rougarou. I think I did Rougarou twice that day because, I did Rougarou. If you haven't seen the vlog, Day 5 vlog, me and my dad, in the Rougarou and stuff like that. So that was like, so we did Rougarou a couple times. I actually prefer Hydra at Dorney and Bizarre at Great Adventure over Rougarou. Rougarou is like one of those weaker B&Ms I've ridden. So, yeah. But it was pretty alright. It's better than Batman the Dark Knight at New England. So, yeah. So we did Rougarou a couple times. I think I did... Oh, we rode Millennium Force 3 times because it was pouring that day and Maverick and Steel Vengeance were closed, and Millennium Force had like a walk-on at one point, and then after it got into a line. So yeah, and then Top Thrill Dragster was closed. I'm glad I got that credit. And then that was the day I went to Town Hall and searched for like a wilderness run. We even saw the mini model for Steel Vengeance, and that was like really cool. I think it took him like 200 days or something like that. But that was like really good effort by that guy that did that model. So that was like really good effort. So we did. So Steel Vengeance was really cool. So Steel Vengeance was a really cool. So that was a really cool design. So so we did Millennium Force was like a walk on at one point. So yeah. And then Cedar Point was kind of dead, but kind of packed. Most of the people were at the water park, and like Magnum was like surrounded by the water park. So, yep. And then that was pretty much it for day 5 at Cedar Point. And then after we went to day 5. So after we went to day 5. And then we drove a couple hours down to Cincinnati, and we went to Kings Island. We did stop. We saw like plenty of farmland. We did stop for like a snack, but we went to Kings Island that night that we went to see, like we went to Cedar Point. We did Kings Island that night, and then so we did Kings Island, and it was kind of packed a little bit, but it was kind of packed. We rode Mystic Timbers once that day. First we actually stopped for dinner because we were kind of starving. It was like 6 p.m. So we did stop. No, wait, maybe it was like 8 p.m. I don't know. Maybe 7 p.m. because it's like right in the middle. But we did Kings Island, and we did stop for dinner, and like they have this like really big plaza where you can get food and stuff like that. It was like a really huge plaza. It was like you can get pizza in there, you can even get Chinese in there too. So it was like a really big plaza. They do concerts in there. It's a really cool food place. We did Banshee first because it's like right there, and surprisingly, I wasn't a huge fan of Banshee. I was expecting it to be on top, but surprisingly, I didn't like it. And I rode it twice, and those 2 rides, I didn't even like it. It's not a junky roller coaster, but it's not great. I think it's like in the good category. It did have a little bit of a rattle to it. It's one of those weaker B&M inverts that I've ridden. I think Raptor, Talon, Great Bear, those are better than Banshee. I think the only invert Banshee beats is Batman the Ride at Great Adventure. But Banshee was like good / okay. So we did Banshee that day. So we did Banshee. We did Flight of Fear because I wanted to check Flight of Fear out, and surprisingly, nope. Blah. Wasn't impressed about that coaster too. I don't even put it in top 5 of Kings Island. I was expecting Flight of Fear to be good, but fortunately it was not. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about this. Oh my gosh. So we did Flight of Fear. Like I really much didn't enjoy it. It was just not a good coaster. The launch was intense, but I think that's one thing that's just kind of like I really much kind of like didn't like. It was kind of jerky, and then also it was not that dark as well. It's not intense, and it was not that dark. But it also was losing pacing as well. It had really bad pacing. Flight of Fear really had bad pacing. It also had a lot of jerkiness. It's not a garbage coaster either. So, but I definitely prefer Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood. I mean, man, that ride's like my favorite Vekoma. So, I mean, wait, is that your stuff? What? All right.
If it comes down, anything comes down, I got it, okay?
All right. You don't want to watch the live stream?
It's okay. I'm watching it.
All right. So we did. You should probably go before I'm fine. Madison's gonna come in here and mess things up. All right. So we did Flight of Fear. I wasn't like a huge fan of that. And then we went to Mystic Timbers next. And man, that's like top 5 all the way. I really love Mystic Timbers. Top 5 all the way. I'm hoping to do a review on that this month on Mystic Timbers and Steel Vengeance because both of them are really cool. Mystic Timbers. Plus, I'm wearing Mystic Timbers right now, as you can see. So Mystic Timbers was really good. Diamondback was a really nice B&M Hyper. It's way better than Nitro at Great Adventure. I think it might be like my either 4th or 3rd favorite B&M Hyper. I can't decide with all the Hypers that I've rated if like they're good, they're like top notch. But we did do. But Diamondback was a really solid. Plus, the splashdown was really nice to look at. I'll be doing a footage on that too, Kings Island. So we did that. We did, and then after this kind of like, oh no, my phone is at 26%, so I need to save it up.
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
Okay.
We're just gonna be without light for a couple of minutes, so just sit here and tell. I'll definitely talk. So we did. So we did Diamondback. We went to Beast. They were doing fireworks, so they closed early for Beast. But I actually really liked Beast. It was really bumpy and rough. But man, I actually liked Beast. I actually really liked Beast. It was a little bumpy and rough, but I thought it was really good. Really good wooded roller coaster. I think it's better than Boulder Dash. It's like probably my 3rd favorite wooded. It's a really good wooded roller coaster. So I like Beast a lot. And then after Beast, we did, and then that was pretty much it. We saw fireworks. And then day 6 on Coastal Ohio, we went to Kings Island again. We did pretty much, I think we got all the credits. Surprisingly, they let us on the Kitty Coaster, which is the Great Pumpkin Coaster. So they let us on the Great Pumpkin Coaster. So, I mean, that was, like, okay. And then after that, we did a lot of cool rides. We did Backlot Stunt Coaster. That's, like, top 5 in the park. I really liked Backlot. That's probably, like, maybe my second, maybe possibly my second favorite. No, wait, probably my 3rd favorite launch coaster. For a family coaster, I loved Backlot a lot. That was a really cool stunt coaster. So we did Backlot. You're covering it.
Sorry.
So we did, and then after we did, I love Firehawk a lot. That was a really nice Vekoma Flying Dutchman. That was a really nice Vekoma Flying Dutchman. And then we did a couple other sweet. We got like all the credits. I'm gonna do like reviews. I love the bat, but the bat is kind of like really like far out. I thought it's better than Iron Dragon at Cedar. So we did bat, and then we did a lot of other roller coasters. We went up to the Eiffel Tower, and that was pretty cool. Went out up to the Eiffel Tower. That was really nice, sweet. It was a nice view. It looked like we were taller than Diamondback. So yep, it looked like it was like taller than Diamondback. And then we went, and then so we did that, and then we went to what did I do? Oh, and that was pretty much it, probably. I just like the plaza. Plaza's really big. So that was like it. So next up, day 6 at Kings Island. We didn't really much spend enough. We were there a lot from like 10 a.m. to like 5 a.m. 5 p.m. because we had to leave to go out to Pittsburgh. So
I remember having lunch there and then leaving. I thought we almost did that like a few hours.
I thought that was like Cedar Point. We went there.
No, that was Cedar Point and Kings Island.
Oh, one of them. But we did Kings Island. We did do. And that day when we went to Mystic. When we went to Kings Island, I rode Mystic Timbers 7 times. It was like a walk-on. We marathoned that. And it was like dead, but like a lot of people were at the water park. So that was cool. We did Diamondback a couple times. If you haven't seen if you haven't seen our vlog, there was a kid that was like, "Are you filming me?" And like he was like, you're a stalker." So that was like the most weirdest vlog I've ever took. I mean, I don't know with that, but so we did that. We did that. I mean, we did Diamondback a few times. We kind of like re-ride coasters. We did the drop tower. I mean, that was like a really freaky drop tower. That was it was a little scary at first, a little nervous, but man, the drop is really good.
Yeah, I felt like it never stopped.
Yeah.
Can you please go? You don't want help just in case it falls over?
No.
Okay.
So we did that. I mean, that was a really cool drop tower. So, I mean, I love that a lot. And then we did pretty much the reruns before we went out to Pittsburgh, and then after we kind of left, we did met a couple coaster enthusiasts. We're in Vertigo. So, yeah. So next up, we went to day 8, which was Kennywood. Yes, as you haven't seen by like the. Why is there only one person watching? I want more people watching. So after that, we did Kennywood, and man, I wasn't kind of impressed with Kennywood. I just wasn't impressed with that. Wasn't impressed with Kennywood a lot. Yep, Q&A after all the parks. So I wasn't like a fan of Kennywood. First of all, operations were terrible at this park. They were like running one train on like a lot of their roller coasters. It was like ridiculous. Like Kennywood is like, ugh. So I didn't really much like that. First of all, it's not clean at all. The main reason I loved the one I actually really much didn't love Kennywood, but it was like okay, I think. Okay. So I really much didn't like Kennywood. I can't even get light. My phone is like 25%, and I'm using Lucas's phone for like, and I don't know his passcode. So sorry about that. So we did Kennywood, as you guys seen the vlog. I wasn't impressed with Kennywood. We saw a construction update, maybe RMC 2019. Let's hope RMC 2019. But it was not garbage, but it was all right for like a smaller park. It was just all right. First of all, like I said, operations were terrible. The good thing at this park was obviously Phantom's Revenge. I really love Phantom's Revenge. Hoping to do a review on that coaster really soon. But I love Phantom's Revenge a lot. It's a really good roller coaster. Definitely not top 5. It could be my second favorite hyper besides Superman the Ride, but it's definitely not my favorite hyper. It was kind of sluggish. I rode it in the back, and it was still kind of sluggish. Still, yeah. So they were like running. Also, by the way, this park has a lot of wooded roller coasters that like start out with a drop. I mean, that was like really cool. There's like, first of all, you got the stations just like dip. A lot of wooded roller coasters at Kennywood that start out with a drop. I mean, that was like pretty like free. That was like really like cool. So yeah, and then Skyrocket was closed, so that was like bad. Okay. All right. So Skyrocket was closed, so that was kind of bad. So Skyrocket was closed, and then it was hot that day. It was packed too. Phantom had a line. We saw one girl faint at Phantom's Revenge. We saw like people, because it was hot that day, so we saw one girl faint, like, and they're like right next in line. So I mean, yeah, and then that was kind of it for Kennywood, pretty much. The next park we did was actually like, a change. We did do a change. We actually put Hershey Park in this list because we saw the prices. Like in that day 6 of Kings Island, like our second day at Kings Island, we were about to go. We saw the prices for Hershey Park and like, oh yeah, we gotta go to Hershey Park because it's like $44. So everyone pays kids prices. So we went to Hershey Park. It was formerly like my favorite park, but now I went to Cedar Point. It's like my second favorite park, but I still love Hershey Park. First up, we went there. We did Comet first. So it was first of all, it was a hot day when we went. And just to let you know, I didn't even feel like taking any park footage when I was there because it was hot that day. It was like probably like 120 degrees that day. I kind of almost felt like fainting at once. I need to sit in an air-conditioned place. I had to like drink water. So it was like a hot day when we went. It was kind of packed too. But like most of the people were at the water park. So Hershey Park that day, I feel like the only roller coasters when I ever go to Hershey Park that usually have a line are Comet, and Laugh Track. Like those are like the only roller coasters at that park that have lines. Like, I mean, Laugh Track and Comet, they're like family roller coasters, but they have lines too. So yeah. And also, by the way, we went on Lightning Racer like 12 times. I mean, that was like walk on. Unfortunately, that was a park that I wish we did like stay in our seat. I wish we did stay in our seat. But I love Lightning Racer at Hershey. That was a really cool GCI dueling coaster. So applause for that. It used to be my favorite GCI. So yeah, I rode Wildcat. That was way worse than last year. I hated Wildcat. That's like by far the worst wooded roller coaster. That was awful right there. It's so rough. It's by far the worst wooded roller coaster I've ever ridden. It's even worse than like Beastie at Kings or Woodstock Express at Kings Island. I mean, that was a terrible wooding. So we did that. And I rode my 100th roller coaster, Sky Rush. Unfortunately, is not my favorite roller coaster at Hershey Park. I thought Fahrenheit was actually my favorite coaster at Hershey. I love the vertical lift. I love the vertical drop. I love that coaster. I think Lucas's favorite coaster at Hershey, I think, was Stormrunner. I think Stormrunner is second. It has a really intense launch. I kind of do wish it was kind of like it was really short though. Stormrunner was really short. You just go through like 3 inversions and then that's it. It was just really short. So, yeah, I just didn't like that. It's just really short. Great Bear was a really cool B&M. Unfortunately, Talon is better than Great Bear. Talon was better than Great Bear. What else? And it was hot that day. We did do Tidal Force, which is their like flume ride. We did do Tidal Force. That's like right next to the water park, and I see like people in bathing suits, no shoes, no shirt. So it's people consider it maybe as a water ride. So we did Tidal Force because it was hot. I didn't even do the drop towers. And I didn't miss any coaster credits there. And right now, my coaster count is 101. So, yep. And then we rode Sky Rush for the last ride of the night. What else? Oh, I did Super Duper Looper twice. I did Laugh Track once because, I had a line. I did Fahrenheit twice because one time it was a walk-on, but then it got into a line. So, yep. Wildcat was basically a walk-on. I mean, probably a lot of people at that park hate Wildcat. So yeah, and that was pretty much it for Hershey Park. And then our last park on this trip was back to Dorney Park. Unfortunately, that was pretty much a GP park. That and Kennywood was like GP. Those days were like GPs. We didn't even meet any coaster enthusiasts. It was just kind of like GP lane. So we did Dorney that day. We rode the whitewater rafting ride. I mean, that was I love that sweet raft ride. It's a really cool raft. We rode Talon a couple times. We rode Steel Force a couple times. We rode Hydra a couple times. I mean, I love Hydra. I think I rode Hydra 3 times that day. But it got confusing with the days that I went to Dorney because I went beginning and then I went to the end. So I did Dorney. So I did Hydra, I think 3 times. You know, we rode Front Row. Front Row is the best on both Talon and Hydra because I love the front Talon and Hydra. Back row is by far the best on Steel Force. Possess, you can choose any row. Probably the front row on Possess was like the best. So yeah. So that is it for like trip by trip. And now you guys can answer. You guys can give me questions if you like. Feel free to give me questions if you guys like. I'm just going to text a couple people now. Q&A. So you guys can ask me questions now because since I am, and I'll keep in touch with the chat too. So if you guys have any questions for me, you guys can. Best coaster at Kennywood besides Phantom. Probably. I think my second favorite coaster is probably Thunderbolt. It was a really cool coaster. I mean, starting out with dips. Starting out with drops at Thunderbolt was really cool. Thunderbolt is probably my second favorite coaster at the park. I love Thunderbolt. It was a really fun roller coaster. It's not my favorite. I think I prefer like, Yankee Cannonball at Canopy better, stuff like that. So yeah, I do prefer Yankee Cannonball more than Thunderbolt. But Thunderbolt was a pretty solid ride. Kennywood Tournament, Jackrabbit or Racer? I've got to go with Jackrabbit. I think Jackrabbit is pretty cool. The Double Down is like airtime solid. It's like one of the best airtimes I actually got on a roller coaster for, like a family coaster. So I loved Jackrabbit a lot. Which is better, Kennywood or Canopy? Kennywood or Canopy Lake? I don't know. I did get a better experience at Canopy. I might need to go with Canopy on this one. I think Canopy is like is better than Kennywood. I don't know. I can't decide though. Those are kind of like equal parks. I just can't decide kind of. So like I can't really much decide on like which one's like better. So yeah. Who's they are or what's they are? Now that you've been to a couple Palace Entertainment parks, Kennywood versus Lake Compounds. I probably need to go with Lake Compounds on that one. I love Boulder Dash. Boulder Dash is like, I think Boulder Dash might be better than Phantom. You know, Phantom was pretty solid. I think Boulder Dash is better than Phantom. I love Phobia too. Phobia was pretty cool. And also, you know, Lake Compounds is the boomerang. So Lake Compounds is by far better than Kennywood. I was saying Kennywood and Canopy are equal. Oh, okay. How come they're saying only one person is watching while you have Infinite Coasters and Coaster Circle like on there? So yeah. I'm almost done, all right? I'm almost done. Just give me 10 minutes. Wait, isn't Steel Vengeance your favorite hyper? Oh, yeah, Steel Vengeance is actually my favorite hyper. My favorite hyper that have no inversions is probably Superman the Ride. But Steel Vengeance is my favorite hyper. I'm just kind of like not including like, you know, just like regular hypers. But I forgot that Steel Vengeance was actually a hyper. So Armsy hyper, people can say. Maverick is your favorite. Yes, Maverick is my favorite launch coaster. It's either top 3 or top 5. I love Maverick a lot. It's a really sweet coaster. I think it's better than like Superman the Ride. It's by far better than Superman. By far better than Mystic. I don't know. I think Maverick might go up to... I can't decide if Maverick is going to go up to number 2. But I love Maverick a lot. That's a sweet roller coaster. It might be Wicked Cyclone, but I don't know. Can't wait for your top 25. It's not a question. Oh, okay. I might do a top 30 maybe. I think top 30 might be solid. I might be doing a top 30, but I don't know. Top 30 will definitely require a lot of thinking. Of all time. Okay. Yeah, out of all the 100 roller coasters, yeah. Maybe I can do a top 25, maybe a top 30. I don't know. Have you been to Block Island? I have, but that's not a coaster related. If you want to talk, maybe talk about Atlantic Beach Park in Westerly. They just removed the roller coaster. So, yeah. So, since there's like 2 people watching, I might be ending this stream. So, I just want to let you guys know coming trip dates. If you guys, you know, Coast in Ohio is officially done. So, here's some trip dates if you still like want to come out and meet me. So, it is confirmed either this coming Saturday or next or like the coming Sunday. I'll be at Six Flags New England. If you want to come out and meet me. Also, please, 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 if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, please follow me on Instagram for updates and stuff. Because I won't be doing updates on YouTube. I'll be doing updates on Instagram. So please follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet. So Instagram is a really great touch if you want to like follow me on Instagram. So really, please follow me on Instagram. So I'm going to be probably ending it. If you have any questions, Infinite Coasters, you can you can text me. So that's why you have my number. So So just let you know, Six Flags. I'll be going to Six Flags New England. I mean, you know, that's my home park, so I'll be going to Six Flags New England. But I'm just announcing trip dates. So I'll be going to Six Flags New England. This Saturday or next coming Sunday. So yeah, here's my Instagram if you guys want to follow me again. Here's my Instagram if you guys would like to follow me. So I do have oh, Mystic Timbers was really solid. It's a really fun wooded roller coaster. My favorite part is actually the shed part. I love Mystic Timbers. So here's some trip dates. If you're announcing trip dates, and after we're probably gonna be going. So I'm kind of sorry about that, Colin. So trip dates. So this coming Saturday or next Sunday. Was Diamondback good? It was pretty solid. It's probably like, I can't even say, I don't know if I could put in my top 3 of my favorite hypers. It's probably not my top 3. But Diamondback was pretty good. By far better than Nitro, I knew, at Great Adventure. I mean, Nitro's like, blech. Not a good hyper at all. Like, Nitro was just bad. Not bad, but okay, not good at all. And it definitely doesn't deserve in the Golden Ticket Awards because Nitro's just blech. Don't really much like Nitro. Nitro's pretty slow too. It definitely doesn't deserve in the top 10. Definitely doesn't deserve top 10. Maybe I was like ready to put it in my least favorite roller coasters. So trip dates if you guys would like to come out and meet me. Also, feel free to come out and meet me. So I do have planned this coming Saturday or next Sunday, I'm going to be planning to go out to Six Flags New England. It will be Coaster Circle's birthday weekend. So if you guys want to come out, we do have a special guest with us as well. We're also planning. We do have a special guest coming with us. I'm planning, if you guys don't know, Jennifer McGrath, Public Relations Manager. I've been texting her. She is planning to meet up with us at the park. And we're going to be having a good time. Yes, I did want to announce that surprise. That's actually the surprise, a special guest. But, yeah. And also, we will definitely be doing Seekonk Grand Prix on July 18th. I want the biggest meetup ever there because we'll be going to Seekonk Grand Prix on July 18th. That will be Lucas's birthday. So, was Beast good or... I thought Beast was pretty good. It's a really long ride, and it has 2 lift hills. Running through the mountains was really good. I love Beast. It was a bit bumpy. It was kind of bit bumpy, but it was really fun. I thought it was kind of better than Boulder Dash. So, yeah. And then other parks I'm planning to go to this year. I'm going to be going to Seekonk Grand Prix on the 18th, July 18th. Six Flags New England, either the 14th or the 15th. I'm planning to go out to Edaville. Edaville's confirmed this summer. I'm going to be doing Edaville this summer. If you don't know what Edaville is, they have 2 credits. It's a smaller park. It's a smaller park out in Cape Cod. They have an SBF spinner and a Zamperla Speedy. And I don't know if Curse Splash is open. So we'll go out. We're going to go out to Edaville this summer. We're possibly going to go to Ocean Beach Park in New London, Connecticut. Get 1 credit there. We're probably going to go out to Lake Compounds again this summer. Maybe Canby Lake Park again this summer. And then also maybe sometime in August, I could possibly be, and also we might do Quasi as well. And then maybe possibly in August, this is not confirmed yet, but we're still thinking of it. Maybe August, we could take a smaller trip. We could probably take a smaller trip up to Maine. We're not going to be doing Santa's Village or Storyland. No way. Because that's a drive. That's probably 8 hours from Providence. So, from Eastern Mass. So, that's 8 hours from us. So, we're not going to be doing that. So, we're not going to be doing Storyland this year. I mean, that's the same distance from to Hershey Park. Maybe the same distance to Cedar Point. I don't know. What did I think about Millennium? Millennium was pretty solid. It's really underrated. I mean, not underrated. It's really overrated, but I meant underwhelmed. Pretty underwhelming. So yeah. So we'll plan to go up to Funtown Splashtown this summer and Palace Playland. If you don't know these parks, Funtown Splashtown, their main Funtown Splashtown got a new roller coaster. No, wait, not a new roller coaster. Palace Playland got a new roller coaster. But Funtown Splashdown, they have a CCI wooded roller coaster named Excalibur, and they also have a Wild Mouse. And then they also got and then they also have Palace Playland. Palace Playland, another amusement park. It's they just got a new roller coaster. They actually have three coasters. They actually got 2 new coasters for 2018. They got an SBS spinner named Wipeout, and they got Sea Viper, which I don't know the manufacturer or the type of that ride. So, and they also have an Orient Express. So I don't think I even have to ask about Steel Vengeance or Maverick Ella, but how is Phantom's Revenge? Phantom's Revenge was pretty solid. Of a hyper, it wasn't that bad. Just ride in the back row. It's by far the best coaster at Kennywood. By far best coaster at Kennywood. Also, Kennywood had a lot of wooded roller coasters that just start out with a drop. So, I mean, that was pretty interesting. But, yeah. Almost done. Okay. So, yeah. Palace Plan has 2 coasters. It got rid of 2. Well, okay. So, that is going to be it for this live stream. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to, like I said, if you guys want to ask me more questions, Wicked Twister is better at Cedar Point. But if you guys want to ask me more questions, if you guys would like to ask me more questions, you can direct message me on Instagram or stuff like that. Email me or text me. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram one more time. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram yet, Instagram one more time. So that is gonna be it for this live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Also, stay tuned for more Coaster Box videos that'll be coming out on the way. And yep, I'll catch you guys later.